Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Mrs. Wonkere Ijomakalu Virginia, and consider this my application to be one of your besties on this street of YouTube. Okay, so today I'm going to be sharing a couple of things I wish I did differently from a traditional marriage. As you already know, I'm a newly married wife. I don't know if I still am newly married because I've been married for 6 months. And by the way, you can buzz me for your relationship and marriage advice now, because I've been 6 months in this institution and I have a lot to teach you. I can't cancel you. I can't teach you how to do it. Anyways, you guys, like I was saying, I got married 6 months ago and I only did my traditional marriage, you know, as a ceremony. Every other thing was low-key and private. And you know, ceremonies come with a lot of ups and downs, especially traditional ceremonies that you do with your village people, because you already know village people is a thing, right? And village people will always be village people. So I would like to share with you in this vlog a couple of things I wish I did differently from a traditional marriage. It's not necessarily applicable to everybody, or like not everybody has gone through stuff like this, because I mean all of us, our experiences are different, but these are the things I went, these are the experiences I had, and the ones I wish I didn't have, or the ones I could have avoided, you know, just every bits and bits of what happened from my traditional marriage. This is basically a gisting video, and while I'm gisting you, I'll be doing my makeup and getting ready. As you can see, I'm trying to lay, this is a glueless frontal, by the way. I'm not gluing it, but I'm just putting it down like this so that it can stay at a place while I do my makeup, right? So let's see. My traditional marriage was for 31st of August 2024. My traditional marriage was 31st of August 2024, and it was in my village. It happened in my village. And one thing I want to say is that for traditional marriage, I don't really know what a wedding planner is supposed to do for traditional marriage, especially, you know, in this, when we're at a time where a lot of people do their traditional marriages in the city, right? But that is a different scenario altogether. But for someone who did her traditional marriage in the village, I don't know what a wedding planner could possibly have done for me differently. Because one thing about traditional marriage is that it's about your village people. It's more of your village people, their ceremony, than your ceremony. So I promise you, your village people cannot be controlled by a wedding planner. Your village elders, there's nothing a wedding planner can do for you with your village people, because from your village elders, like people that are going to be there, people that are doing the exchange of whatever, you are your village people. The youths in your village, if you are someone that, well, for me, I was fortunate enough because we had the ceremony inside our compound, so there wasn't a lot of chaos with village youth. But originally, if I was doing it outside, I know that I would have encountered a lot of difficulties with village youth. Even to put out banners, it was a little bit of a struggle with the village youth. So you can imagine, like, putting up canopies and all of that, decorations outside. Village youths probably would have frustrated me, but that wasn't my case because I did it inside. But I had a little bit of challenge here and there with the village youths. They disturbed when I was trying to put up my banner, when I was trying to do this, when I was trying to do that. They were just all over the place. So I really wonder what a wedding planner would have done for me in that case. But let's rewind. Let's go back to my wedding planning, the whole planning. So you guys, I got engaged. I can't remember the date I got engaged, but I think I got engaged sometime in April, and it was not like a big ceremony. You guys, I don't know if I should go into the details of how I got engaged, but maybe let me just drop a snippet. It was not like a proper engagement where there is a kneeling down, will you marry me, will you not marry me. I am my husband, then boyfriend. We had already decided that, okay, yes, we want to get married, we're going to get married, and we had been discussing about getting a ring and stuff like that, like making it official. We already knew that, oh, this is what we wanted to do, so we just wanted to make it official. So we decided on one fateful day. I was at his place. We had our shower, we went out, we drove out, we went to St. Tracy's, and we were going to get a ring. We literally knew what we were doing, and we drove there to get a ring. So when we got them, I think I have videos. I'll probably insert the videos as I'm telling the story when I'm editing, right? So we got there, we walked in, we checked out some rings. I got a ring, I put it on immediately. Oh yeah, this is the ring. This is my engagement ring. I'm still wearing it. This is from St. Tracy's. Don't know if you can see it. Very bam, look at it. Yeah, this is my engagement ring from St. Tracy's, and we got the ring. I love the ring. It's pretty, as you can see. It's a 18 carats with diamonds. I don't know the specifications, but yeah, this is the ring. I can't remember the specifications. So we got the ring and we headed home. And when we got into the car, when we got into the car, I just took a picture. I was like, oh, I need to announce that I'm officially engaged now. So I took a picture with my husband. I'll attach it to this video. So I took a picture. My husband was just holding my hand in the car. That was when we got the ring on. So we took the picture and I posted it. That is how everybody knew that I was engaged. That was how my engagement was announced. There was nothing. I'm not going to say there's nothing special, because it was special to me. I loved every bit of it. That was what I actually wanted. My husband was actually trying to do all this surprising, and I was like, no, there's no need for that. Let's just go and buy a ring. I don't want all those, let's save all the drama for later, right? So that was how I did it. And I'm not going to say there was nothing special, because it was very special to me and I loved it. So yes, that's why we that aside. So immediately after our engagement, we started planning our introduction and all of that. And the introduction was quite somehow, because I'm not going to go into that detail, but it was quite simple, and it was just very simple. Yeah, both families, they visited my people. They collected list, they did introduction, they collected list, blah 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 blah. Now to the wedding planning, that is what this video is about. It's not about behind the scenes of how they paid my brother, how they nah, it's about the wedding planning. So now the wedding planning, I had the option of using a wedding planner, but because I feel like, oh Jesus, I've not even started doing anything. But because I felt like I already knew what I wanted, and I already knew the people I wanted to be vendors at my wedding, literally. I already had everything I wanted planned out in my head. So for me, I was like, well, it's just traditional marriage. There's really no need for a wedding planner, right? I can't do it. And if you know me, you know that I like to plan things. So I'm like, okay, let me do this myself. Do I regret it? Not really. I don't regret it, to be honest. So then I started planning my traditional marriage. My first thing I took care of was my Ashobi package, right? I went to the market myself with my mom. My mom is in a fabric business, so she has a lot of knowledge on fabric, just to get fabrics and stuff like that. So it was very easy for me. She took me to the market. We went to Aba Market, I think shopping center Aba, yeah. And we bought some fabrics. And while we were in the market selecting fabrics, I was sending samples to my Ashobi girls, and they eventually chose the one they liked, and that was the one we went with. I bought my materials. I already had an idea of what I wanted for my Ashobi package. I had scented candles, I had skincare, face mask, I had water flask, something like this, yeah. I had this in my Ashobi package. I had, what else did I have in my Ashobi package? I had customized handwritten notes for every single person. It was in a box. I had gele. I had and what else did I have in my Ashobi package? I can't remember. I'll find the video and attach it to this. Jesus. and attach it to this vlog eventually, so you see it there. Because I didn't use a wedding planner, I struggled, you guys. I'm not gonna lie, it was very stressful. One of the challenges I had was I already had in mind who I was going to use for every other thing, but what I didn't have in mind at the time was a decorator that I was going to use. And you guys, I struggled with getting a decorator. I was going from one decorator's DM to the other, and these guys, the amount of money they were calling. Let me just tell you, if you want to do a ceremony, just keep your money, especially for decoration. Yeah, so I was busting a lot of decorators, you guys. The amount they were calling. Hey, God, I beg you. So eventually, my hairstylist, UJ Carol, was the one that hooked me up to, even the decorator she hooked me up to. I had already tested him before, like on my own, but this guy, his price was above my budget, so I was like, okay, I moved on from him. So I was trying other people. So when I spoke to my hairstylist and I told her, oh, because she's a vendor in Abia State, and of course I was doing my traditional marriage at Abia State, so I was trying to see if I could get vendors in Abia State that were at least the close proximity could help, all this kind of thing. So I now spoke to her. She was like, okay, that I should check out, what's this guy's name again? Tauf. Yes, Tauf Events. Eventually, Tauf Events was the one that did my decoration for my church. So she asked me to check out Tauf Event. I was like, I already spoke to Tauf, that this is what Tauf is saying. So she was like, okay, that I should not worry, she will speak to him, she'll plead with him on my behalf. And I said, okay. And yeah, that was how she spoke to Tauf and got Tauf on board. That was one of the things I struggled with, getting vendors that were like my people, because it was with decorator that I started considering maybe I would have just used planner, because I feel like all these planners, they have vendors that they work with that already, you know, they know how to manipulate their rates and make everything work for themselves, you get me, than just going individually to book services from this vendor. But thankfully UJ Carol helped me and I was able to get Tauf on board. That's one of the challenges I had, getting a decorator on board. It's not like they were not affordable decorators, but for what I wanted, the decorators that I knew were capable of getting what I wanted for me, the amount was a lot. Even at some point my friend was like, say na me be my own problem, say I go cut my coat according to my material. I say lie. What's it about me? I'd rather not do that, do it and it will look tacky. So I was like, lie, I must get what I want. If I have to increase the budget, I will increase it a little bit. I ended up increasing the budget, actually. Getting accommodation for my Ashobi, that's another challenge I had. Backstory, my friend got married last 2 years or so, I think 2 years ago, and we had a little bit of back and forth because of accommodation. And at the time, now looking back at it, I would say I was selfish at the time, because I mean I'd never been there, so I didn't know how chaotic that whole situation could have been. But now that I've experienced it, I was being insensitive and I was being insatiable. But I mean, I felt the type of way at the time, and that's fine. But now being the reverse is the case in this case. Like I'm the host, so I felt like a couple of people that I accommodated, that in fact I accommodated my Ashobi people. I made provision for accommodation for them, but a couple of them were not satisfied. And I promise I tried my best, because like it's in the village. It's not like it was in town that, okay, there are a lot of good options. It was literally in the village. And the hotel I put these babes was the best hotel in my village at the time. In my village, I'm from Okagwe on Hafia. I used to be from Okagwe on Hafia. Now I'm married anyways. So like the hotel where I put them is like is the best, is the latest hotel in my village. And I myself, I can't even lie, when I went to check out the hotel, because I had to travel to the village before my event. When I got there, I was not even impressed. For a hotel that claimed that it was the best hotel in the village, I was like, what the heck? It looked good from the outside, but on the inside, you guys, there was really nothing to write home about. It's not like it was bad, don't get me wrong, but you know, based on we are used to the township hotel standard now, so it was not really that good, but it was not terrible. It was not unstable. I don't know what other word to use. But you guys, some of my Ashobi people, they weren't satisfied with it. But anyways, I won't say I regret it, because some still appreciated it. They paid my bride price before the ceremony day, right? But there are still some things that needed to be done on that day, right? So those things, when you were trying to do those things, it took time. And unfortunately for us, we didn't even know when we are choosing dates that day was sanitation in Abia State. So we had to wait till sanitation was over before anything could start. And for someone that my guests were coming from Port Harcourt, some were coming from Umahia, some of my vendors came from Abia State, Umahia. She gets so. But you can imagine what time they were able to get there. So the ceremony started quite late, which was not what the plan initially was. The plan was that by 1 we would have finished paying bride price, we would start ceremony so that by 4, because we were also, we were supposed to leave the village, my village, the same day. We were not supposed to stay in the village that day. So as I was saying, everybody arrived late, and then they started, like, at some point, everybody arrived late, and they now started going back and forth. Like, this was something that had already been done. Like I said, my bride price was already paid before the event itself, but somehow they still had, before the day of the event, but somehow they still had stuff that they were going to, my village elders were going to go, they were going back and forth on, and it was just pissing me off, because, like, there was no time. Remember that we still had to travel. My guests had to go back to Port Harcourt, because there was no really good hotel like that for my guests to stay. So people were supposed to go back to Port Harcourt. Even I myself and my husband were supposed to travel, not like to Port Harcourt, but like to my husband's place. Like, we were running out of time, and I was losing my freaking mind. And these people were here, they're logging over goats. What's goats? What do you want to use goat and do? One thing that I applaud myself to tomorrow for was that I didn't shed a tear at my traditional marriage. I didn't have the energy, the time rather, to shed a tear. I was so overwhelmed, and that is one of the reasons why one of the things I regret from my traditional marriage. I was so stressed out, I was overwhelmed, I was tired. I just wanted everything to be over and done with. You guys, I could not even, like, lift my leg on my traditional marriage day. I couldn't dance, I couldn't vibe, I could barely walk. I was struggling to even walk. That was how exhausted I was. I was so tired. Standing was such a hassle. Nobody knew what I was going through, but hey, you guys, I was going through so much. I could not stand. I was so tired. I didn't have the energy to, like, break down or start crying over anything. I was just trying to be strong. Like, my mind was just racing. Like, my mind was telling me, you need to be strong. Remember your traditional marriage. This is the once in a lifetime experience. You can't allow anything to spoil it. So just be strong. Just keep doing what you're doing. Just be strong. Do you get that kind of thing? So, like, I didn't get the time. I couldn't allow myself to break down at all. So I was just holding up, which I don't know if is even a good thing, because maybe I should have just, like, allowed myself to feel whatever I was feeling that day fully, like, to just feel it, because everything was just, it was like I was, you guys, traditional marriage is overwhelming. Don't let anybody lie to you. Don't know about white wedding, no. It's so bad that after my traditional marriage, I had no interest at all. I was literally thanking God that we did not make any plans for white wedding. I was, will I say, traumatized from a traditional marriage. I was like, nah, ain't no way. Ain't no freaking way I'm getting myself involved in this kind of, it was a lot. People that you least expect to stress you out on that day. It will shock you. Everything was just, I remember I didn't use a wedding planner. That's probably why it was so chaotic for me. But to be honest, I don't see what a wedding planner would have done for me in the midst of that chaos. Is it my mother that wedding planner will hold? Or is it my people that wedding planner will hold? Because, like, the problem is not even the vendors at this point. My makeup looks red, but I think it's because I'm wearing a red hair. So it's kind of saturating my makeup look. And it's looking like my face is red. I don't think it's red. Another thing I regret, now that I'm thinking about it, is not getting ushers for my events. Mind you, my mom was in charge of the catering service, the food, the drinks, everything, which shouldn't have been so. But because my mom is very capable, my mom is good with catering this, and my mom has friends who are caterers, so I felt comfortable handing the cooking aspects and all of that to her. But where I got it wrong was I did not make provision for. I wanted to, and to be honest, I wanted to get all those ushers that serve food, servers or something like that. I don't know what they are called. I wanted to contract those agencies that provide those people. But my mom was like, oh, I should not worry, that she already has people she has spoken with that would take care of that. So I was like, okay, cool. I shouldn't have said okay, cool. I should have said, no, don't worry, let me get professionals. Because because she was the one in charge of the cooking, she brought people quite all right. And oh, God bless her, my mom's friends that cooked, God bless them. The other people, like the people that were supposed to serve food, I believe they were the ones that assisted my mom's friends to cook. So by morning, everybody that had anything to do with the food section was exhausted. So now you guys, at some point, my Shebi girls came to tell me that my mom said they should come and help and serve food. Hey, as I heard it, I say, Kini, where? God forbid, Olomaje. Look at me that used to hear people that, how can you subject your Shebi people? Now, you want to subject my Shebi people, my babes that came from places, my babes all the way from Lagos, from Abuja, from Enugu, they should come and serve food to village people. Olomaje, I say it's not gonna happen. Because there was no organized way of sharing the food. So a lot of people ended up living without eating. So yeah, I think that was one of the major mistakes I made, right? As a result of this, a lot of people did not get food. Especially my Ashwebi. Because it was like, as they said, as they didn't come to serve food, they said, oh yeah, now, that means people don't want to eat. It's funny now, but it was not funny then. The time when I now heard that, oh, these people are not eating. My people had not eaten. I was so pissed. Like my friend that came to tell me, my Ashebi girl, like my friend as well, that was the one that came to tell me that I have not eaten. I'm very hungry. Oh, they refused to give me food, something like that. That's how I dragged this babe. I dragged her like a child. I dragged her to the kitchen. I took her to the kitchen. As I came into the kitchen, I now asked it's like where they were serving food. It's not like, I think it was from the kitchen that they were actually even serving food. I don't know. So when I dragged her to the kitchen, and I told the lady that was in charge of dishing out food, I was like, please give my friend, please give this babe food. She was not like, your mother said you should not open the cooler, you should not give everybody food. As I was dressed, fully dressed to you guys. I don't want to, like, gosh. Now, so as I was dressed like that, I walked inside the kitchen there. As I just walked in, I went to the cooler. I opened the cooler, seafood. What are people holding the food for? I opened the cooler. I brought plates. I told her, come inside. She came in. I opened her plate. I was packing food for her. Is this enough for you? She said, put more. I said, I put. Everybody just stood up. Everybody in the kitchen just stood and were looking at me. I was waiting for somebody to come and tell me, no, your mother said. My mother said what? My mother said what? That was when I now realized that a lot of my people had not eaten. But at the time, most of them had left. They left with my husband's friends that came with their cars and stuff like that. So they went back to Port Harcourt with them. So yeah, I couldn't really do anything about it. So that was one of the major things that I regret happened for my wedding. You guys, another thing that happened is that, you know, that we do not remember to share the souvenirs. I made souvenirs for my wedding. I made cup. I made books. I think I still have some books. Like, actually, I still have most of the souvenirs in the house here, because as they were not shared on that day, most of them ended up coming home with us. So what would we do with them? So I shared the ones I could share here, shared to my friends, my Shebi people, my husband's friends, because they also didn't get gifts that day. I shared to them. I shared to my family that, you know, that didn't get gifts there. I even had to send some to my husband's people for them to share to their kinsmen as well, because we didn't remember. You know, it was when I was living with my husband, when we were driving off, leaving to his own village. That was when I remembered that there was actually souvenir that hasn't been shared. So I now had to call my mom. The day I called, I told her, see. She was like, yeah, so hey, we forgot. She now brought out the ones that she could and shared it to the people that were still around, right? So yeah, this is just me, or this makeup is eating. Forget the saturation, because obviously I'm wearing orange on my head, so it's going to look saturated. But I feel like maybe I should pursue this makeup artist career. Maybe, just maybe. Because my makeup is this good because my friend is a makeup artist and I watch her do makeup a lot, and she also teaches me makeup, right? She teaches me, like when I have challenges, I just call her. I'm like, babe, see, what do you think I should do? She will tell me. So this is one of the advantages of having a makeup artist friend. And by the way, speaking of makeup artist friend, she was my makeup artist for my traditional marriage. My tailor is also my friend. That thing that I remember now that I need to say is like, I am so grateful. Like, I need to give Thanksgiving because the way the weather favored me for my wedding, it shocked me. It shocked me. I was scared to my bones. I was literally scared. Even when I was planning, when we chose date, hey, every 2 days I will go and check on weather forecast to see what the weather predictions are for that day. But I know they see anything. When I went to the village to book hotels for my guests, on that day it rained. Imagine August, in the month of August, it still rains in August, and most of in the month of August. So that day that I went to book hotel, hey, we see rain. Throughout my journey back from the village with my mom, because I went with my mom, throughout our journey back, my mom was constantly reassuring me, don't worry, rain will not fall that day. That time is August break. Rain will not fall, don't worry. But in my mind, I was worried as fuck. Already now makeup, before the event even started, weather, it rained. But it wasn't like, it was just, you know, those fizzy rain. As that rain fell, so my heart, as I just noticed it was raining, my heart went boom. I just kept calm. I was begging, I said, please God, don't let this happen to me. And just how many minutes? It rained like drizzle, like 10 minutes. Next thing, everywhere was dry. Like the sun was sunny. If you see sun that day, hey, I say it can only be Jehovah. It can only be Jehovah. When you're doing your traditional marriage or your white wedding or any event at all, just try your possible best to like enjoy the moment. Don't let anything take it away from you, because when I was eventually watching my wedding videos, it was like I was watching a movie. It was just like I wasn't there, like I didn't see all of those things happening. It was so weird. That was when I eventually cried. Like I cried from seeing how beautiful everything was. I was just shedding tears here and there when I was watching it. But on that day when everything was happening, like who they cry? We don't do that over here. I didn't even remember to cry on that day. So, and I don't think it was a good thing. People that I expected was going to be there for my wedding, like people that when I think about my wedding, like I used to think, this baby's going to be here, this baby's going to be here, this person is here, this guy is going to be here, you know. They were nowhere to be found. They were not there. Some of them had good reasons, some of them did not have good reasons, but like they weren't there. And I think it contributed to me not feeling all the emotions I should have felt, because there are people, you know, there are people you see that you have gone through stuff with, or that know the phases of life you've gone through, or that went through certain things with you. When you see those people in such circumstances, you're just that gratitude, that overwhelming feeling of, oh gosh, like this is finally happening, like this is everything we prayed for, this is everything we asked for. This, yeah, there are those people that they are supposed to trigger those kind of feelings for like they're supposed to, like, their presence will trigger feelings like that, right? But I feel like those people for me were not there. They were not my wedding for several reasons. They were not there. And it's when I was watching my wedding videos and wedding pictures, afterwards I realized so much was missing, and it hurt my feelings deeply. It hurt me, but it is what it is. I'm married and I'm happily married at that, and it's fine. It's not fine, but like, it's okay. I can live with it. I had a beautiful traditional marriage. I'm not gonna lie, it was very beautiful. Like, it was beyond. When we were planning our traditional marriage, I was like, when we were planning this event, I was like, something very simple. We don't want to do much. We want to keep it simple, but cute. I mean, I wanted it to be cute but simple. In fact, when I was trying to draft out my guest list, when I was, I even spoke to one of my friends. I was like, I want to do just 100 guests. She said, for where? In your village, you want to do 100 guests? How many people do you have in your village that you want to do 100 guests? Like, increase the list. I said, oh yeah, 150. I said, it's not going to be possible. Take 200. I ended up working with 200 guests. Even our wedding budgets, we doubled our wedding budget at the end of the day. When you check the expenses, it was like double of what we budgeted, because we wanted it to be really simple. But you guys, it wasn't. It was simple, yeah, but like, it was so beautiful. I think this is all about my wedding that I can remember right now. I'll probably be snippets of some of the things that happened, videos of my outfit and stuff like that. I will add it to this vlog, because again, this vlog is about my traditional marriage. So guys, this is our final look. This is what I could come up with, and I hope you like it, because I love it. I think it looks pretty. It's not perfect, obviously, but it's good. It's good enough. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have subscribed to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to this channel. I promise you, I'm an interesting character, and you would love watching me over time while I transition into becoming a better creator, a better vlogger. Don't forget, if you subscribe to my channel and drop a comment in my comment section, I will subscribe to your channel. I promise you. Thank you so much for watching. Love you. Bye bye. See you in my next video.